What's going on, everyone? Garnet Walters here, and today's video I'm going to be talking about the Dorian mode. But before I get into that, if you haven't subscribed, press the subscribe button and press on the bell so you know when a new video comes out. Also, if you have subscribed, thank you for your support. It really means a lot. It's amazing that I'm getting close to 100 subscribers, which is pretty cool. I'm glad that these videos are being helpful to you. So let's get on with the video. By the way, as you can see, my video has a completely different look. I'm just trying it out. If you like it, please say something in the comments. If you don't like it, just let me know if you don't like it. And, I'll just, weigh the opinions and see if I should keep this look or go back to the old one. Again, I'm just trying it out. So in last week's video, we talked about the Ionian mode, which is the major scale. And we used the key of C as an example because it's the easiest. So the major scale in C is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We also talked about attaching numbers to each scale degree. So C would be 1, D would be 2, E would be 3, F would be 4, G would be 5, A would be 6, B would be 7, and then back to C, which is a 1. And I said that this is going to be the foundation for all the other modes because we'll be making alterations with every mode that we check out in this series. So now to the Dorian mode. So the Dorian mode is the second mode out of the 7 modes in the major scale. And as a review, the 7 modes are Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixed Lydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. Now, again, there's no one way to specifically learn these modes. You just learn the modes, however it feels comfortable for you. So I'm going to give some keys and some tips that you can use so you can remember what the modes are. So one way to remember the Dorian mode is that it's the second mode in the major scale. So if the Ionian mode is the major scale, the Dorian mode would be D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. So it would be the major scale, but I'll just be starting on the second scale degree. So that's one way to remember what the Dorian mode is. Another way to remember the Dorian mode is to compare it to the major scale. This is where the numbers comes in. So let's say I were to play a D major scale or D Ionian. So it'd be D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So that'll be numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to the 1. There's a formula to the Dorian mode. In the Dorian mode, all I did was flat the 3rd and the 7th. So in this case, I have the major scale. All I did was just flat the F sharp to F and then flat the C sharp to C. So comparing the Dorian mode to the major scale is a way to remember the modes. So the Dorian mode would be D, E, F, which is the flat 3, G, A, B, C, which is the flat 7, and then D again, which is the 1. So I guess the question you're asking now is, how do I use the Dorian mode? Well, if you use the first 3 notes in the Dorian mode, it's a minor triad. In this case, it's a C minor triad. So now remember when I talked about expanding the mode? This is where it comes in handy too, where you understand and hear the sound of what the Dorian mode sounds like and what it feels like. So I can play, right? So it's a C minor triad, a C minor chord there, but that A, which is the 6th, it gives it that kind of a different kind of color. Now, is there a musical example for that? Yes, there is. So there's a song called Blue and Green, and it goes. So I'm going to stop right there. So this chord here is a D minor chord, but there is that 6, which is the B. So now if I were to play the Dorian mode there, D Dorian, it would fit perfectly. That B was what makes that sound Dorian. Now, if there was another Dorian chord, which is a D Dorian, it was the B there again, which is the 6. So that 6 in the Dorian mode is what makes Dorian Dorian. If that makes sense. Another way to look at the Dorian mode is just thinking chord over chord. So you can think E minor over D minor. Again, that's the sound. You can also use chordal chords or fourth chords and stack them. So remember that in Dorian mode, you can use that over minor chords because the first 3 notes in the Dorian mode in terms of playing every other note is a minor chord. Okay, so let's review. The way to create the Dorian mode is to think that the Dorian mode is the second mode in the major scale. So all you need to do is just play the second note to the second note in that major scale. Or you can just take a major scale and then just flat the 3rd and the 7th. And then you'll have the Dorian mode right there. I hope that you found today's video to be really helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. You can also reach out to me on social media. That's going to be in the descriptions. And if you like the video, please press the like button. I really appreciate it. And in our next video, we're going to talk about the Phrygian mode. That's going to be another fun one. Have a great day and happy practicing.